Welcome to the part 3 of a series of 4 blogs on letters of recommendation. In part 1 of the video series, we answered questions like what is a letter of recommendation, which programs need them and why, what is the ideal quantity, and similar other questions. In the part 2 of the series, online recommendations were introduced and questions around them were answered. You could revisit both these videos on our channel. Alright, so let's get started with more answers. What is the online recommendation? We already explained the second type of online recommendation in the previous video, wherein your referee sends his or her recommendation through email directly to the ID mentioned on the admissions page. The first type, the more common one, is the one where an email is sent to the referee. The email has a link with access credentials. The referee might be asked to create a temporary account on that page. This is helpful for referees in colleges who will get multiple reference requests and therefore can access all their recommendations through a single account. Once the referee logs in, there are some formal questions including but not limited to: first, since how long have you known the applicant and in what capacity? Second, please comment on the strengths of the applicant or what are the most outstanding qualities of the applicant. Third, please comment on the weaknesses of the applicant or what are the areas of improvement of the applicant. Fourth, please state the peer group against which you have compared the applicant. This is followed by a rating matrix wherein qualities such as research potential, ability to take an initiative, teamwork, original thought process, academic performance, and professional attitude are to be rated. Your referee must rate you as outstanding, which is the top 1%, excellent, the top 5%, very good, top 20%, good, top 40%, fair, top 50%, poor, bottom 30%, very poor, bottom 10%, or cannot comment, not applicable or had no chance to observe. These percentages might vary slightly from program to program. Finally, there is a blank box asking the referee to provide additional information, if any, to support the recommendation. This box may have a word limit or a character limit, just like the questions mentioned earlier. Alternatively, the referee can upload the scanned copy through the upload button if he or she does not want to type. At the end, there may be a drop box with the following options: I recommend the applicant strongly, I recommend the applicant, I recommend the applicant with reservations, I do not recommend the applicant. Once finished, the referee must submit the recommendation. The referee is allowed to save a PDF of the recommendation for future reference. When the recommendation is submitted, a confirmation email is sent to the applicant and the referee and the corresponding status updated in the online application. Can you ask the referee to forward the recommendation email to you? No, you should not do that. Recommendations are confidential and you should not violate the sanctity of the process. What if your referee cannot write a recommendation in English? Contact the university or the program directly. They will tell you what to do. Most of the times, the solution is to choose a referee who can communicate in English and avoid those who cannot communicate in English. So do you need professors or famous people to write your recommendations? No, that is the most widespread myth about letters of recommendation. The following things matter in a recommendation. First, how well or how closely has the referee observed your work or academic performance? This could mean choose the professor or the lecturer who has taught you the most subjects in college. Do not choose recommendations from your school if you are applying for a graduate level program. Second, the examples given to support the recommendation. Vague recommendations that do not highlight particular abilities with examples gain less traction. Third, the readiness of the referee to comply with the recommendation system. If the referee refuses to submit online recommendation, but the program mandates an online recommendation, either avoid the referee or avoid the program. The following things do not matter in the recommendation, as much as the points mentioned earlier. First, how famous is a referee, or how high is his or her designation? A well-described recommendation from an assistant professor will help your application much more than a vague recommendation from the head of department. How long is the recommendation? Concise recommendations are totally fine. Who should submit the recommendation? Academic referees, that is, people who have taught you. Professional referees, that is, people who have observed your work in a professional setting, either internship, industry project, or full-time work. In an exceptional case, this could be the person who supervised your work in a non-profit assignment. Can you get recommendation from a personal reference? No, there is no scope of personal recommendations for the application to graduate programs. Undergraduate programs at times require character-based recommendations. How do you select who should write the recommendation? Ideally, 2 academic referees plus 1 professional referee. Sending 3 academic references is absolutely fine. Sending all 3 professional references is acceptable, but you will have to either inform the program in advance or put an extra explanation on why you could not find any academic referee. There is space given for such explanations in the online application. That's it for part 3. If you have more doubts, you could either wait for the next and the last part of the video or comment below. Thank you.